What is up, Insaners, and welcome to another video of the Fantasy Premier League 2022-23 season. In this one, we're gonna talk about which players to buy, which players to target for Game Week 2. So if you like what you see today, please make sure that you hit the like button. It really helps us with the YouTube algorithm. You can also subscribe to the Insanely Football YouTube channel for all FPL related content. Now with that, let's get into it. Starting with our first player, we're talking about ERLING HAALAND, guys. He's already easily the most transferred in player for Game Week 2. Almost 800,000 managers have already transferred him in. And I think that number is gonna get a lot higher, and he might even see another price rise before the deadline. Now there's absolutely reason to go for ERLING HAALAND, guys. I know a lot of people went with Kane and there was a huge point swing, but I think ERLING HAALAND is definitely worth it. I mean, if you look at his statistics, if you look at his numbers, he was first for shots in the box, he was first for big chances, first for XG, first for XGI, which is the expected goal involvement, and first for non-penalty XGI among all players, guys. I mean, what else do you want from an FPL asset? He's an absolutely chance hogger, guys. I think he's gonna get a lot of chances, as we saw in the game against West Ham. I think that combination between KDB and Haaland is gonna be absolutely crazy. And I think if you don't have him in your team right now, either you'll be scared or you should definitely have him before the deadline. His matchup is against Bournemouth, guys, and Bournemouth did pretty well in the first game against Aston Villa, but Man City are no Aston Villa. They're really good in attack, and I think it's just interesting and surprising to see how the Man City players, how the team, how that quality of that team has adapted to ERLING HAALAND already, guys. I think he's gonna be great in FPL terms. He's gonna do well in the Premier League, as a lot of people already expected, and you won't be going wrong in taking that move and making that transfer from Kane to Haaland. I think you should absolutely do it. There is a chance that a lot of people are already priced out, so in that scenario, you maybe take a hit. I know the hit it just won't feel justified at the moment because we just have 1 week of data and information with us, but trust me, guys, in the long run, it's definitely going to help you, it's definitely going to benefit you, and you should definitely make that move if you've not done that so far. Now, he's also a great captaincy option in Game Week 2. I think a lot of people are already favoring him over the likes of Salah, and I'm not surprised by that, guys. So he's a great pick. He's the best transfer that you can get this week. If you already have him, you can just sit back and relax, but he's definitely a great option to go for. Now, talking about the second option, we have ZINCHENKO from Arsenal, guys. He's a new Arsenal defender, and I think he could be a very interesting option from an FPL perspective. Now, a lot of people weren't really expecting him to get a lot of minutes. I mean, that could still be a possibility, especially with Tierney in the mix. I mean, we saw that Tierney came on from the bench, and that could be a possible rotation right there. But I still feel, guys, Arsenal, the defense that they have, I think he could be a great option. He could be the best attacking defender in around that 5 million price point, guys. Trust me, he's decent value. I mean, he's not even 5 million anymore. He's had a price rise. So if you're possibly locked out of this move, if you can't get him, let's say if you have somebody like a Cash, for example, maybe a 5 million defender, and then you can't get ZINCHENKO, I think then in that case, it's a wait and a watch. I mean, you possibly get one more transfer rather than taking a hit, because I think a hit this week, especially when they face Leicester, who could be a tricky opposition in attack, I think that's possibly not worth it. But in case, if you can easily make this transfer, guys, I think he's possibly the best Arsenal defender. His positioning was really interesting. He was bombing forward a lot. He was quite attacking. Yes, I know in terms of defending, he could be susceptible to making an odd mistake here and there that might even lead to a goal. But I think Arsenal overall, especially when they have the likes of Saliba and Gabriel, guys, I think they look strong defensively. That centre-back partnership is really looking very strong. I think they're going to keep clean sheets. You're going to get attacking threat with ZINCHENKO. He has assist potential. We've already seen that in the Palace game. I mean, that was a really good assist that he gave for that Martinelli goal, guys. And I think that combination is going to be really crucial. I think he's going to do well from an FPL perspective. If you can get him in your team, do try to get him in this week. You can possibly argue for a case in terms of going for somebody cheaper, maybe a Saliba, for example, who's 4.5 million. I think he's going to be a good asset as well, but he doesn't possess the attacking threat just yet. I mean, he could be a threat from set pieces. We don't know that. But I think going forward, getting a lot of the ball, being in attacking and dangerous positions, guys, I think ZINCHENKO is definitely going to do a lot better. And let's say if he gets an attacking return and a clean sheet, I mean, absolutely bonus points are guaranteed there. So if you can make this move for free, if you have some money in the bank, let's say, and if you have a 5 million defender, then absolutely do it. but I possibly won't do it for a hit at least this week. Now talking about another Arsenal player, guys, we have Gabriel Martinelli, the 6 million, I mean he's not a hidden gem anymore, but the 6 million budget midfielder that a lot of people are buying this week. I mean he possibly has more than 200,000 managers going for him, and I think he's great value at that 6 million price point, guys. We know last season, guys, that he was getting minutes. Now this season he's getting regular starts, especially with the likes of Emil Smith-Rowe injured right now. I think there is good potential, there is good starting potential for somebody like a Martinelli. And I mean, you're getting a lot of value at 6 million, guys. There's a huge conversation, a huge debate that is Martinelli enough to cover somebody like a Saka, who's probably 2 million more. I think absolutely, guys, you can save those 2 million. I think he's a lot of value. His positioning was very advanced. He was in attacking positions a lot. He had 2 big chances. He could have scored even another goal, which he missed. I mean, it was a dreadful miss, to be very honest. But I think that's what you're going to get with Martinelli, guys. I think he's gonna miss chances, but he's also gonna get those chances. He can score goals, he can create as well, so he has assist potential. And I think from an overall perspective, I think he's a good package, he's a good FPL option to go for. I think if you're looking at a budget midfielder option, he probably is the best option to go for, guys. You're getting a premium team asset. Of course, he might not be a premium player, but I think he's gonna take along really well. He's gonna give you FPL points. The picks are really nice and good from an attacking point of view, guys. I think Arsenal will score a fair amount of goals. Until the time Emil Smith-Rowe doesn't return into the lineup, we possibly will get some information on his injury, on his return this week in the Arteta press conference, guys. But I think for now, Martinelli is a really good option. I really rate him very highly as compared to somebody like a Bailey or a Neto, guys. I mean, there's possibly not a comparison there. And if you are looking at an option in the 6 million price bracket, I think he's the option to go for, guys. So if you don't have him yet, if you want a particular midfielder in that price point, definitely get him. Final pick for this video is Darwin Núñez, guys. The final pick that you can go for our FPL team in Game Week 2. Now, there have been a couple of times already since we've seen Darwin Núñez coming off the bench and saving Klopp's team. I think he definitely can't continue to do that role. I mean, Klopp can only ignore him or ignore his starting position in that Liverpool lineup for a certain amount of time, guys. I think he's knocking on the door. There are high chances that he might start the next game. Maybe even against Man United, there is a high possibility that he starts. And I think he's also someone like a Haaland, for example. I think he's going to get a lot of chances. He's going to be involved heavily in that Liverpool attack, guys. And with his positioning, especially when he's playing from the center, making those attacking runs, having all those trickeries in his pocket, guys, I think there's a lot of potential in Darwin Núñez. Now, I know not a lot of people are going for Núñez. I mean, he's still about 20% owned in the FPL terms. But I think there is a chance that you can get on him a little early than the others when the bandwagon starts. I think you can possibly take advantage of that. Now, this week, they have Crystal Palace, so it's not going to be an easy fixture. Crystal Palace are a decent defensive side, but Liverpool are at home, guys. The first game of the season, the first home game of the season for Liverpool, guys. And I think that's going to be really crucial. I think Klopp is going to correct what he did wrong against Fulham, and he will possibly seek for a response from the Liverpool team. But look at those numbers, guys. He just played 44 minutes. He had 3 shots on target, 1 assist, 1 goal. He created 2 chances. He won aerial duels. I think there is a lot of potential in Darwin Núñez, guys. And I can see him becoming a stats monster. I can see him doing really well from an FPL point of view. So what are you waiting for? If you can take a slight bit of risk, let's say for example, if you maybe are not very confident in Jesus, I would still say that probably keeping Jesus is the safer, slightly better strategy to go for. Let's say if you want to downgrade Kane, for example, let's say if you already have a Haaland, if you already have a Jesus, and if you're looking to downgrade Kane, I think that Kane downgrade to Darwin Núñez is a really good option to go for, guys. I'll possibly would still rate Haaland a bit higher than Núñez at the moment, guys. That could absolutely change during the season. But I think he's a great pick to go for. He's a differential. He's sort of a differential pick to go for right now. And you can easily get him in your team for Game Week 2. So guys, these were our players to go for Game Week 2. What do you think about these players? Are you going for any of these options? Do let me know in the comments below. Guys, that'll be all from my side for this video. If you like what you saw today, guys, make sure that you drop a like to this video. You can also subscribe to the channel for more FPL related content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in Saners in the next one.